Hey everybody, I just thought I'd make a video, or not a video, but go live for a minute. Ended up dodging a freaking horrible tornado today where I live at in Gage County, Nebraska. We were hit with like hardcore tornado warnings. And I mean, I usually ignore this stuff and I don't worry about it. But I mean, this buzzer we have in town just kept going off and going off and going off. And then it shut off for 2 minutes and then it go on for about another 5 minutes. And it just kept doing this over and over again. And I mean this buzzer and the speaker on it are freaking loud and it circulates. So it just goes round and round. So you'll hear it as it circles your direction and stuff. And it's just nonstop. But I was checking weather reports and stuff. I didn't see anything that looked like a tornado. But in a town next to me, they got some hail, a little bit of hail and stuff. It didn't reach me, and I'm just 12 miles away from that. But was just kind of an odd thing because I've lived in Nebraska for a long time, and I've never heard a tornado warning speaker just go on and on like that for that long of time. So I don't know, if it's just super sensitive or what the deal was. But I'd also get calls, which is really cool. And I'll get calls on my landline on my phone. And it's like the state of Nebraska weather advisory. And it's saying, this is a warning for thunderstorms. And I mean, it's pretty cool because, to be updated like that. Because before I never really gave a crap about tornadoes and all that. But gotta tell you what, guys, my eyesight is getting so freaking bad now. It is extremely hard to see. Like these numbers back here on the calendar, I can barely make them out, but they're pretty blurry. But talking about tornadoes too, as I heard that Oklahoma got hit really, really bad with one. So, thoughts and prayers to all the people affected down there by that. Oh, and I've done another crazy thing I'd tell you. It's kind of off the mark as far as tornadoes. Little town beside me. It's called Beatrice. They had a shooting, where a guy ended up getting shot and walking a little bit, and then he fell down in the street. And then somebody had heard the gunshots and heard somebody like yelling, like in pain. So the police were able to get on top of it pretty quick. And the guy was able to give him the information on who shot him. And unfortunately he got transported, I guess, to the Beatrice Hospital, and he didn't make it. So I don't know, you know I mean, one bullet, but I mean, I guess it depends on where the bullet hit him at. But I've known people that have got hit 5 times. I knew a guy that was a friend of my dad's when I was younger, and he was in Vietnam, and he had an AK-47 raked right across him, brrr, and it just put holes about every 2 inches right across his chest, and he was like laid down and like put to be dead, in the area where the dead people are at, and then he was finally able just to like make a little movement and wiggle a little bit, and then the people there saw he was alive and took him into surgery. But I mean, he survived that. So it's kind of odd to hear about one bullet killing somebody, unless it hits you in the heart or gets you in a major organ, claps your lung, something like that. But the police were on top of that shit, fairly quick. They took the United States Marshal Service, Nebraska State Patrol, Beatrice PD, and Lancaster Sheriff's Department, and they created this little task force. And the task force went in and swooped him up pretty quick and had him arrested by the next day. But it's what's crazy about it is this little town of Beatrice doesn't have a lot of murders in it. And recently, it's had a couple, including this one. There was a man who had made threats to go, he was going to kill his wife. He just flat out like was going to do it. And and the lady said and told people, I'm going to end up being murdered. You know, well, what happened is the guy ended up going to the house, her husband, and kind of went down in the basement and cornered her and just shot her in cold blood and murdered her and stuff. And this guy should have been on the death penalty deal for that because it was premeditated. There was no remorse in doing it. He should have gotten the death penalty, but I think he ended up getting about 30 years or something. And that's not worth a human life. A human life should be life for life. You kill somebody, you go, But kind of crazy for this little town. Like I say, the last murder that they had was God, yeah, not including these recent ones, but it went for a long, long stretch. I think back even into the 80s, where there was a little old lady that was brutally assaulted and murdered in her apartment. If you look, search it online, the Beatrice Five, and or God, I think it's Beatrice Five. It could be Beatrice Six, but that's just how many people they ended up falsely arresting that had absolutely nothing to do with the murder. But there's movies on it, there's books out on it. It's pretty interesting if you read it. Had a crooked sheriff that basically fooled with the evidence, would click his recorder off and on until he coached the person on what to say, and then he'd turn his recorder back on, and the guy would tell what he was told to say. But yeah, got a bunch of people, arrested wrongfully and put in prison, and one of them was brutally raped over and over again while he was in prison. And after they got that all squared away, they did end up suing, and they got millions and millions of dollars. But yeah, kind of a weird deal. Apparently, don't have anybody in the chat. God, guys, I'm telling you, my eyes are getting so bad. I'm gonna have to freaking get glasses. $1,000 pair that I bought a couple years ago hasn't been worth a shit from the day I bought them. And they're still not worth a crap. So when you go in to get eyeglasses, don't go buy all the bells and whistles. Don't get, all the fancy frames and all the shit like I did because it was worthless. I would have been better off going to Walmart and getting a pair of glasses for maybe 100, $200. That would have actually worked. Oh, and I tell you, kind of update my situation. Um, I like I told you, like I made a video of this, and I basically told people, that I'm at peace and stuff. Like I feel really good right now. I dropped 25 pounds in 10 days. Um, and that made me pretty happy there. I need to drop about 75 pounds more to be where I want to be at. But I just have so many plans to do stuff. It's just like running through my head, of all these different things I can do now and stuff, being that I'll have a lot of excess money to spend on whatever I want. And I think I've been putting it off forever. I've been wanting to do it, saying I'm going to do it for the last 3 years. And now I'm finally going to be able to do it. But I'm going to run up to Lincoln, unless the weather's super bad tomorrow. I'm going to run up to Lincoln, uh, check out some of the clubs and places up there, and just have an evening and night of just pure fun, with no concerns or no worries or nothing. Nobody gonna nag me or bother me about it. That's for sure. But I wish I got to get my damn phone activated again because I'd bring it and I'd make some short videos and stuff. But I don't have it activated right now. I'm doing shit on my laptop, so I don't want to be dragging a laptop around, taking videos and pictures. But I may actually tomorrow go ahead and get the service connected back up on my phone, so I can do some videos and stuff, have some shit to post. But other than that, guys, There's really not much more I gotta say. I just kind of felt like going online tonight. I don't know why. It just felt like it. But I mean, there's a lot of things I could talk about, but politics, stuff like that. But all too on my pursuit of a new girlfriend. I mean, I'm absolutely sold on Asian women. I mean, they're beautiful. I mean, they're just I can't say enough good things about them. And if I had to pick out of Asians, my I would definitely lean toward the Philippines because recently I've been talking to a lot of people, and I mean, I kind of thought like, I'm done with that. I'm done with that, but I'm not. I'm gonna go back and spend at least as long as I can. You know, 7 months is my goal, but heck, if I can just, keep redoing the visa and shit, I'll stay there a year. But and then see, run into somebody, kind of see what's going on and go from there. But it's just yeah, there's anytime I think about some, because I thought about going to Colombia, I thought about going to maybe some of these Latin countries, but it just keeps pulling me back to wanting to be back in the Philippines again. And I guess because I've been there, I loved it when I was there. I liked the people, I liked the atmosphere, I liked the weather. So I mean, like, I liked everything about it and stuff. And plus, being able to, most of the folks there being able to speak English, that was a big plus and stuff. But pardon me. Damn, when you get that swallow, but you can't quite swallow. But anyway, like I say about countries and stuff, and I'm still stuck on the Philippines. And unless I meet somebody in another country, which I am talking to people, but I would even consider China. You know, I'm not really big on Japan. I mean, Japan would be awesome to go see, but it's got some issues there. And then same with Korea. Korea would be cool to see. And then you've got I mean, there's all kinds of countries, Vietnam, Cambodia, that I like to go see. And so if I meet somebody in one of those countries, I would definitely book a flight and go see them. But I'm still, still stuck on the Philippines. I'm pretty. I mean, I'm pretty overall happy with it down there. Other than just a few bad bumps, which had nothing to do with the Philippines as a country. It was just an individual. Um, Everything's great. And maybe I'll be wrong and I'll go there and I'll something will make me feel like this isn't cool, but I highly doubt it because I really liked it when I was down there. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna hit the old end stream, and I will probably make some cool videos tomorrow. And like I always say, guys, peace out.